Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Emily. It has actually been quite a few months since I have done a dedicated TBR video for a month, and so I'm very excited to bring it back today with a TBR jar video. The reasons why I haven't set a TBR is because I was traveling one month, and so I didn't want to set myself a specific TBR because I knew I would not get to it. And then last month I honestly just didn't really have time to set a TBR, and I kind of wanted to just mood read the whole month because I had so many new releases I wanted to get to, and now I feel like I'm finally ready to set myself a little TBR to hopefully finish throughout the month. I've actually just refilled my TBR jar. It honestly does not look like many are in there, but I promise I just added probably about 30 prompts in there, and I think I'm going to choose 6 of them. With all of that being said, we're just going to get straight into it with the first prompt because I don't want to ramble on too much. Oh, okay, this one is a book with a 3-word title. I'm sure you guys probably can't even read that, and my writing will look very, very messy, but I feel like there's a lot of books on my TBR that would be a 3-word title, so I'm going to go look for some options. Okay, I literally have endless options for this prompt on my TBR, but I've chosen 3 that I kind of feel like reading. So the first one is Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I have definitely put this on my TBR a few times during specific months, and I just never get around to reading it because for some reason this book terrifies me. I don't know what it is. I think it's the anticipation of seeing if I love it as much as I'm kind of hoping to. This is one of those books I'm predicting will be 5 stars, and so it's always just intimidated me a little bit. I also believe you're technically supposed to read the little Kiss of Deception series before this one, so please let me know if I should read that series before going into this one, if it's going to make more sense. The next one I have is The Gilded Cage by Lynette Noni. This is the second book in the Prison Healer trilogy. I think I read The Prison Healer back in maybe February or March. It was quite a few months ago now, and I really, really loved that first book. I don't know why I haven't gone into the rest of the series yet, considering that book ended on quite a big cliffhanger. Definitely a good option for this prompt. And the last one I have is Cross the Line by Simone Soltani. I believe this is an F1 romance, which I don't think I've ever read before. I actually bought this one recently, and in my book haul I did say that I bought this one because of Ellen Catherine, because I know that she loves this author and this series, so that recommendation is from her, and I do definitely want to get to this. I feel like this would be a really good option for the TBR just because you can't go wrong with a cute, quick little romance. I feel like they're always very easy to get through, so I think this is going to be the first one for my June TBR. So book number 1. Okay, prompt number 2. Okay, this one's a little bit trickier. This one is a book that has the color red on the cover, so it doesn't have to be the complete cover. I don't think I really have a whole book that's red, but I'm gonna try to look for some options for this because I feel like I don't have many books with red. Okay, I found 2 books that have actual just red covers altogether, so perfect options. We have Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Myra. This one is the sequel to Assistant to the Villain, which I also read quite a few months ago, but I really, really enjoyed it. It was one of those books that's just, I don't know, very light-hearted, very quick and easy to read. It was also very, very funny, and that one sort of ended on a bit of a cliffhanger as well, and so I've been meaning to continue this series ever since. But also part of me kind of wants to challenge myself a little bit more and add a book to the TBR that I feel like I'd have to push myself to read a little bit more, and so that one is The Women by Kristen Hanna. I've heard incredible things about this book, and I've only read one other Kristen Hanna book so far, which was The Nightingale, and that was a 6-star infinite star read for me. That book was beautiful and so heartbreaking. I recently saw Sarah Caroli read this book, and I know that she really, really loved it as well, and the actual idea of this book sounds really, really beautiful. I think it has very strong female characters, and so when I saw her review, I did definitely bump it up the TBR. I am really, really nervous for this one, but I think out of these 2 books, I'm more excited for this one just because it's one of those books that I have this really, really strong gut feeling is going to be a 5 or 6-star read. So this is going to be the second book that I put on the TBR for the month. I actually love filming these videos because they're low-key so quick and easy to film, and it doesn't really take much energy out of me, and to be honest I haven't had much energy lately, so this is amazing. The next prompt is a book based on the color that I'm wearing. So I'm mainly wearing pink. I'm literally wearing my Taylor Swift Lover cardigan today, so I guess I'll have to find a cover that's pink. That's literally it coincides with the last prompt as well, with a red cover. Now I have to find a pink cover. So I definitely know that I have a few pink covers, so I'm gonna go look for them. Okay, low-key didn't have as many pink book covers on my TBR than I thought I did. I feel like I've read most of them. So I do have 3, but I literally don't really have many more. So these are kind of the only 3 options. First of all, we have Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. Now this one is kind of a bad time of the year to read this because in Australia we're going into winter, winter. We're not going into summer like the Northern Hemisphere. So I feel like this is not the right time for me to read this book, but at the same time, I feel like I do read summery books in winter and like vice versa. So it definitely could be an option, but I feel like there could be better options for sure. The next one I got is Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. This is the second book in her new Lakefront Billionaires series after Love Redesigned. I feel like I haven't heard much about this book. Like, it's been out for a while now, but I feel like overall, like, I definitely saw so many good reviews for the first book, but I feel like I don't know, it's like people aren't really interested in reading this one, and I don't really know what the general consensus is on this book. So it would definitely intrigue me to read it. It's also very intimidating because it is very, very long. Like, this book is literally a brick. The last one I have is Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. I've said this in a few videos now, but I've never read a Julie Soto book before, and so that is definitely something I'm interested in doing. However, I feel like because I've already got like a short little romance book on my TBR, I feel like I should challenge myself a bit more and maybe go with Love Unwritten. Like, I feel like I'm really going with my gut for this one. I just get the feeling that I'm really gonna like this. I just have to like commit time and put time aside to read it, because obviously it is very, very long. Sometimes romances like this, like, they actually feel long while you're reading them. I've got no idea what to expect out of this. I'm not gonna read the whole back of the book because it's really, really long. Hopefully I enjoy it when I go into it. So this is the third book for the TBR. We are halfway through now. My least favorite part about filming these videos is having to put all the books away that I've taken off my shelves and haven't chosen for the TBR, because it ends up being quite a big stack. Anyway, we're halfway through now, so prompt number 4. Ooh, this is a long one. A book with an FMC that shares my name. Okay, I must have put this one in there a while ago because I didn't even know that this prompt was in there, to be honest, but I feel like there's not many FMCs with the name Emily because it's such a basic name, but I might have to do a little Google search for this one because it's going to be impossible to find if I just look on my bookshelves. It's literally coming up with like all these random books where like Emily is like in the title, so I don't really know if Google is knowing the question that I'm asking. One I have at the top of my head is obviously Emily Wilds, but I've been meaning to get rid of both of those because I read the first book and really, really didn't like it. So I definitely don't want to go into the second one because I don't think that's going to be successful for me, unfortunately. But I literally cannot find any other books here. If you guys know any books where there's a main character called Emily, let me know and I will put this prompt back in, because I feel like I'll definitely pick it another time. I think I'm just gonna do a redraw for that prompt and you guys can let me know any books if you know any. Oh, okay, this one's a good one. A book with sprayed edges. I have so many sprayed edge books on my TBR that I have not gotten around to reading that I got in like subscription boxes and stuff. Definitely think there's a few that I need to get to, so I'm gonna go grab some, and I'm probably gonna grab the ones that are the prettiest, to be honest. Okay, I have 2 sprayed edge books here that I feel like I'm like the most intrigued to read. The first one is called Sleep Like Death and it's by Kaylin Bayron. I literally don't think I've ever seen anyone speak about this book, but the cover has really, really intrigued me. It's giving like Snow White sort of vibes. It literally says at the back of the book, Cinderella is dead but Snow White fights on, so that literally makes so much sense. I'm really hoping that this is actually the first book. It says Princess Eve was raised with one purpose: to destroy the Night, an evil sorcerer who terrorizes Queen Bridge with his wicked magic. Far too many of her subjects have been devastated by the Knight's trickery, but Eve's own unique magic, the ability to conjure weapons from nature, makes her a worthy adversary. As she approaches her 17th birthday, Eve is ready to battle, but her mother, Queen Regina, has been acting bizarrely, talking to a strange mirror alone every night. Then a young man claiming to be the Knight's messenger appears and shares a shocking truth about Eve's past. Unsure of who to trust or what to do next, Eve must find the courage to fight, but will it be enough to save her family and her queendom? Literally sounds incredible. I think this is going to be the one that I choose, but the other option I have is The Temptation of Magic by Megan Scott. This one says, sworn to be enemies, destined to be each other's undoing. So this one is like an enemies to lovers. Doesn't sound as interesting as Sleep Like Death, but it definitely also does sound interesting. So I definitely want to keep this one on my radar. For this particular month, I am going to put Sleep Like Death on the TBR because it just sounds too good to put down. Okay, 2 prompts to go. So we've got prompt number 5. Oh, okay, this one is literally perfect. I put this one in there before and it's a perfect time of the year. This one is a winter-esque sort of book, so like a book with like winter vibes, and this is literally perfect because in Australia we are in autumn or fall right now and June is the first month of winter, so we're definitely getting to the colder seasons. I can definitely feel it. It has been freezing in Melbourne. Okay, I am purely going off vibes here of books that I feel feel like would be, I don't know, like cozy to read during the winter time. So the first one I have is The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Laurie Gilmore. This is a sequel to The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which is obviously very fall sort of themed, and I feel like this one could definitely come under like fall as well, but fall and winter, like it's very similar sort of vibe, so I definitely think this could fit the winter sort of vibe that I'm looking for. The other one I have, I kind of just looked at and thought, wait, like I feel like that would be a really good cozy winter read. We have Akane by Lynette Noni. Now the reason I've put this off for so long is because I wanted to finish the Prison Healer trilogy before going into another series from her, but I've just heard so many incredible things about the Akane series, to be honest, and I know that it's set in like a magical sort of school. I think it says, dreading her first day at her new school, Alex is stunned when she walks through a doorway and finds herself stranded in Medora, a fantasy world full of impossibilities. So it's called the Akane Academy, and it's Medora's boarding school for teenagers with extraordinary gifts. Like, tell me that is not giving winter sort of vibes. Like, I think this would be perfect. I'm kind of like looking at the books that I've chosen so far because honestly, I'm forgetting. I have one fantasy book, which is the previous book I added, 2 romance books, and 1 like general fiction sort of book. So I feel like I do definitely need another fantasy, so I think I'm gonna go with this one. Hopefully I actually get to it. I think I will, because I definitely think this would be a very quick and easy read as well, so hopefully I enjoy it when I get to it. Okay, we are on the last prompt for today, so we have prompt number 6. Oh, I really like this one. This is to let Nellie choose a book for me. So obviously Nellie is my dog. I've literally shown her in so many videos. She's probably in every single video, honestly. I think what I'm going to do for this one is kind of put 3 books out, and then I'll lay them out on the floor and see which one she chooses or like goes to first, because she's very curious. She will go to one of them. I have been wanting to do like a dedicated video where she chooses like my whole TBR for the month. I've seen a couple of people do that, so let me know if you'd be interested in that, and I can do that maybe next month. But I'm going to call her in here. Hopefully she actually comes, and I'll record on my phone setting up a few books, and then we'll see which one she goes to. Okay, I thought she could choose from one of the 3 arcs that I have on my TBR. So the first one is The Midnight Shift. This is a Korean cult thriller book, I believe, which has also been translated, which is really cool. Then we have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which I believe also does come out in June. And then the last one I have is Fateless by Julie Kagawa. I'm probably saying that wrong, but this one also looks really interesting. So I'm going to call her over and see which one she chooses. Come here. Come on. She's like, no, not today. Okay. Wait, I've come to get treats because otherwise she's not gonna pick any. Ready? Go! Okay, I guess this is the first choice. Nellie has chosen the book. As you would have seen in the clip, she chose this new book that I got sent. It is called The Midnight Shift. As I said, this is really intriguing because it says it's a Korean best-selling cult novel, which I have never read before. I've read like thriller books that have like that cult sort of vibe, but I've never read a translated book before, so this is completely new to me. I'm actually very excited for this, and it's also quite short, like it's below 300 pages, so it should be very easy to get into. Thank you, Nellie. This is the last book for the TBR. So here is the 6 books that I am hoping to read in June. Hopefully I can get to all of these. I feel like this is going to be successful. Like, I don't know why, I just have this gut feeling that this is going to be the first month ever that I actually get through all of these, especially because I quit my job a few months ago, and June is like one of those months where I actually have nothing on. Like, I'm just going to be sitting at home every day, so there's kind of no excuse for me not to finish this TBR. I might even do like a vlog, like trying to read my TBR, so we'll see what happens, see what I feel like doing. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more content from me, because it all very much helps me out and I appreciate you all. Hopefully I will see you guys in my next one.